Hello everyone, today I will try to repeat popular dishes from the internet, namely Khinkali Mama, the delicious and beautiful looking dessert that looks very impressive, as well as a SpongeBob grab burger. And we will start with Khinkali. First we need to make a special minced meat. I will take a lamb. I love lamb. It's its own special unique taste. But you can take beef or pork or make a mix of meat. I wrap the frozen minced meat and fat tail on a grater, since I rarely make homemade minced meat and I don't have a meat grinder. Add garlic. Onions can also be passed through a meat grinder. We add greens to the minced meat. I will take parsley, you can use kenza. Also add salt, cumin, ground black pepper, smoked paprika and beef broth. You can take ordinary cold water, but it will be tasty with broth. We mix everything well and, if necessary, add water. The minced meat should be liquid. This is important. Next, you will need a lot of dough, and there is a lot of flour for the dough. To be honest, it will be very disappointing if the recipe doesn't work out, since a lot of products will be lost. It's better to add ice water to the dough, it will be better, and also add vinegar, so the dough will be tighter. I also added an egg, so the dough will be more elastic. We add water gradually. In ancient time, Khinkali was made only by men, because the dough must be very dense, and it's very difficult to knead it. This is a very long and laborious process. The dough should be as dense and uniform as possible. The ideal dough for Khinkali is when it's kneaded for 10 minutes, allowed to rest, and the procedure is repeated 5 or 6 times. In the video you can see how much effort I made, that the table even bends. As a result, I go so careless a way that I broke the table. The table was bolted to a brick wall, and I just repeat it out. That's how homogeneous the dough turned out. Then the table became very flimsy, and after fell apart. We put more minced meat and close the Khinkali. There is a Georgian sound that says that there should be 19 tags in Khinkali. I didn't count how much I got. You can count to pause and write about it in the comment. We make tongues from left to right. We intercept with our right hands. Cut off a tip and all ready. It turned out pretty well, as for a non-professional. So that nothing stick to the bottom of the pan. You need to make a funnel in the water and put it preferably with a tail bowl. Boil for 7 to 15 minutes. I will cook quite a bit, so this is just an intermediate step. We roll out a lot of dough and we put our Khinkali inside and try to close. It's good that I have a tank from a moonshine still for 20 liters. We drop and cook. The moment of truth, a very heavy Khinkali. And then there was a fail. In general, the original idea didn't work out, and in principle, it's just a beautiful presentation and nothing more. It's a useless consumption of the dough, so I don't advise you to do it at home. But the Khinkali themselves turned out to be very tasty and juicy.
Так, все.
The next thing we will do is reveal the recipe for the same Krabby Patty from the famous cartoon SpongeBob. First you need to cut and prepare all the ingredients. According to one version, the Krusty Krab's establishment is a crab trap. It also was nothing that there is not a single crab in the whole Bikini Bottom, other than Mr. Krabs. So we can conclude that the cutlet is made from crab meat. Making a real crab meat patty is very expensive for me, so I will make it from crab sticks. Of course, if you put 10,000 likes, then I can make a real crab burger from real crab meat. We fry a cutlet. The patty turned out to be too big. So we cut it to the size of the bun. It's time to assemble our burger. Ready. It turned out very nice and even looked like the original. Could open to show what's inside. We try. This is a really tasty burger. Apparently no wouldn't everyone likes him so much.
Cheers, everybody.
For dessert, I left probably the most difficult. I don't even know how to repeat it, but still, well, try. I didn't find only chats, so I didn't know how much to take. First, I needed to melt the chocolate in a water bath, inflate the balloon and dip it into the chocolate. As a result, I bought a little chocolate. I need much more. The hot chocolate popped my ball and the chocolate flew in all directions. Here's what I got sent to freeze in the refrigerator. In the end, of course, I didn't get anything, but I want dessert. So let's improvise. Let's cut the cupcakes like a burger and add ice cream. We cover everything with white chocolate. In order for the chocolate to be more flowing, you need to add vegetable oil. Decorate with M&Ms and pour over. This is of course very far from the original idea, but it's also very tasty. If you want it like in the video, then you need to spend a lot of chocolate, which is not advised at home, because the moral is that if you want something usual which with a spectral presentation, that it will be much easier and better to go to a good restaurant. Too much effort is required. Let me know in the comments what else I should try. Bye everyone.